Fasting for bodybuilders, extreme weight loss and health reset, but are we going to lose a ton of muscle? I'm Dr. Tony Huge, and I'm here with Coach Steve in Thailand. Who's a professional bodybuilding coach, has a lot of clients, experiments on them and himself, and he did an experiment where he did fasting, which is no food.
That's right.
And I want to know, what was his fasting protocol? What supplements did he take along with fasting? Because this data is important to my brother's clinic, Reset Health, who does actual fasting studies and has helped a lot of people lose a ton of fat. But we don't know how it applies to athletes or bodybuilders, because bodybuilders almost never fast beyond intermittent fasting, which is part of the day of fasting. So you fasted for how long?
I fasted 3 times, 5.5 days straight.
Well, how long? And then how much time were you eating in between?
So, well, I wasn't eating at all. So I fasted for 132 hours, which is 5.5 days. And then you break your fast. I mean, I wanted to do 21 days, but I didn't make it because my wife wanted to go eat. So on Saturday, I would break my fast with a ketogenic style diet, so you can slowly reintroduce food again. And then on Sunday, I would go out to dinner and just eat what I wanted, which is technically not what you should do. You should just do 21 days straight, and then monitor your health, your blood levels afterwards. So the reason why you do fasting is one, kind of to detox. Another one is to lose fat. And sometimes before a competition, when some of my clients have to make a weight class, they have no choice but to fast. So what happens is, let's say you're 82 kilos, you need to make the 80 kilo weight class, and there's no more body fat to lose, then the only thing you can do is stop eating to make weight. Now what happens is in those 3 or 4 days that you're fasting, you get so much autophagy, is that your skin literally shrink wraps on your body. So that's what I noticed, is that, okay, this is really one of the ways to get ultra shredded. You make weight and then you slowly reintroduce the carbs to blow up and then of course get the stage shape that you need. But for general fat loss and health, you just stop eating and drink water and use sodium to keep your minerals in check, magnesium, potassium. The problem is if you don't add minerals, then of course your aldosterone levels is going to go up, and then you drink water, you don't flush out any sodium anymore, and then you start to hold all that water.
So as a bodybuilder who has access to anabolics and growth hormone and fat burners, did you take anything that helps speed up the fat loss or preserve muscle?
Of course. So I was on, first of all, I was on hormone replacement. I did a generous hormone replacement, so 250 milligrams of testosterone and 2 units of growth hormone, Norditropen, the pharmacy grade growth hormone, and then thyroid, T4. Yeah. So that, of course, the growth hormone would speed up the fat loss already. And then what I did is you have like 4 points during the day where you take a multivitamin. Yeah. So that's spaced around every 4 hours. So then I would take electrolytes, a multivitamin, a shot of growth, half a unit. So you take that 4 times a day to get a little bit of fat loss. And you take your other supplements like a fish oil, coenzyme Q10, you kind of space that over the 4 moments during the day. So you're fasting based on calories, but not on micronutrients. So your body doesn't go into this weird phase where you're literally not getting any nutrients anymore. You're just stopping the calories. And of course, you still need to take a little bit of fiber because your liver is detoxing through the colon. And if you don't have any fiber, you reabsorb all those toxins.
T4 dosage?
100 micrograms.
Once a day or twice a day? Night or morning?
Morning.
Okay. How about hunger pains?
Yeah, deal with it.
At my brother's clinic, Reset Health, they say that the hunger pains for the first couple days are rough.
Yeah.
But then after that, the hunger pains go away.
It's usually the first 2 days. The first day is pretty tough because usually people start after eating a little bit generously, right? Tomorrow I'm going to fast, so today I'm going to eat. So your metabolism is through the roof. And then let's say you start on a Monday. So Monday is pretty tough. Then Tuesday is about the same. And then by Wednesday, you're kind of over it. But then on Thursday and Friday, the energy just drains. And of course, I was still working out because I want to maintain my muscle mass. But I think the most important thing to do is you don't train to failure, because the failure signal requires a certain amount of protein to recover from that. And where are you going to get the protein from?
So what was your training like? I mean, like would you do the same weight that you would normally do
Yeah,
with less
but
reps?
you just do less reps. So normally, you get an 8th rep and you're like, I'm going to grind out 2 more. You just don't do it. You go for 7 or 8, and then maybe after a while the weights get a little bit less, but it's still good enough to maintain the muscle mass. I mean, it's basically you go from feeling good in the off season to 3 days later you feel like you're 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out of a bodybuilding contest.
And the net result at the end of this is your skin is tighter, you're
leaner. You detox, so your blood levels are improved, and I don't know, you just feel
insulin sensitivity.
Insulin sensitivity went up, of course. Yeah. So
did you have a rebound afterwards, where you gained a whole bunch of muscle, your muscle soaked up the carbs like a sponge?
Yes. So you get that, and after about 2 days, you start spilling. Yeah. So on the 3rd day, I mean, if you start eating normally, so I would recommend everybody to start to reintroduce ketogenic type foods that you find easy to digest. So what I did the first time is I had some eggs. It's not a good idea because eggs have a very reasonably high glycemic load compared to other proteins. It's not really correct to use glycemic load for protein, but I went hypo right away simply because of the the gluconeogenesis from the protein in the eggs. So the next time I did, I had a piece of salmon. Then you wait a little bit, let it digest. Okay, then you have the eggs. So now you have a little bit more blood volume and making sure that nutrients are there before you eat something that is going to release a little bit.
If someone's prepping for 8 weeks or 10 days like me, they can fast for a week before and reset their sensitivity to everything, detox before going on cycle, and cut a bunch of fat.
So so basically after a bulk or I mean, normally during a bulk season or improvement season, you do mini cuts anyway to make sure insulin sensitivity comes up. But at one point when you decide to do a prep or to try and lose weight, lose body fat, it would be very beneficial to do 4, 5, 6, 7 days if you can take it. Fasting, that should be enough. I found that after about 4 days, 5 days, everything was reset. And I didn't, your weight loss kind of plateaus. Of course, you don't have that much intestinal fluid and glycogen to lose. So your actual weight loss would slow down anyway. And then you just burn body fat. But of course, your energy levels after 5 days plummet quite a bit. And then it doesn't matter what you take. Maybe injectable ephedrine.
Oh, we're going to do another video on that. That's right. You're an expert on that. When we do fasting, and when I've done fasting in the past with a keto diet, my waist gets really tight.
Yeah.
It's like I lose the fat from inside around the organs. So
that I'm not really sure about.
And then also all the water and inflammation.
Just the intestinal mass, and the inflammation definitely goes down. I noticed that a lot. I mean, my skin was super nice, and you get all the crevasses in between your muscles, and could be from the loss of electrolytes also. I mean, there's a lot of things that change your body.
How about during a bulking cycle? We're on steroids, we're eating a ton of food, and at a certain point, progress starts slowing down. What if we just take like a 5-day break from steroids and a break from food, and just run a TRT base?
I would take a break from training as well. I mean, a TRT base for a week is kind of, might as well not inject, just let the steroids run its course. But 5 days, 3 days of fasting even, I think 3 days would be enough.
It's kind of like take 1 step backwards to take 3 steps forward.
I don't even think you take a step backwards. You just get the benefits of the insulin resensitivity result. And then, I mean, how much muscle can you lose in 3 days? Not that much. And plus, give it back like this anyway. So, especially when you reintroduce the food again, because you get that anabolic boost again. And then all the nutrients get shuttled to your muscle cells. So I would recommend it, but it's tough as hell.
If you guys want to hear more from Steve, let us know in the comments below. He knows a lot of experimental, cutting-edge bodybuilding stuff. We're going to talk about metformin, injectable ephedrine, growth hormone protocols, and make sure to subscribe because these type of videos get taken down and deleted. You want to be able to see them while they're still available. Be swole and swole, my friends of freedom, pioneers of human evolution.